Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Remember11, The Age of Infinity. Last episode ended pretty grimly, so let us see. I don't think this ending will be great. And that probably is the proper ending you're supposed to get at this point. But I am curious. So we're going to backtrack. So we're going to make a different decision here. Last time we were like, maybe there's a rescue team. We're like, what? That's stupid or something. Is because there are relief supplies there? Last night Yomugi-san and the others said they were... Okay, this is all stuff we've done. So I'm guessing the next thing that'll be different is the choice to go back or not. That's probably the important thing. Yep. So this time we're going to say keep going. Don't know what it's going to happen. To be honest, it's probably not going to be good because we know there's going to be an earthquake there, but let's just see what happens. For completion's sake, anyway. On some of my previous ones, especially Never 7, I was really good at getting both endings. Really good at getting both endings of a route. Mostly because I failed the first time, and then I didn't have to do it properly. So let's just say this is going with the flow is not the right word. The pattern. That's a better word for it. I desperately recharge my flagging spirit and push my way through the snow. A step. Another step. I steadily advance. Thanks to the uninterrupted downward slope, it was easy to move my feet. But conversely, I feared I would slip at any moment. With every step I take forward, the accumulating snow hardens and falls in. If I make one wrong move, I'm dead. Clinging onto the trunks of trees, I carefully descended the mountain, having faith in the hope that I'll live until I reach it. Before I realized it, panting, I had begun to mutter in delirium. I'm neither an atheist nor a person who actively believes in a God. But now I couldn't help but say those words aloud. The things I'd gotten involved with, both at the shelter cabin and in Svea, made my head spin. In my mind, almost like a divine possession, the idea had arisen that all of this was due to the machinations of God. If there is someone watching my struggles from above, I wanted to say, I'll fight. An unbreakable resolution, I want to fight. So it's not that I'm asking you to please hold out on helping. It's not like I'm asking you to please hold out a helping hand, but just please be kind enough to watch over me. But I knew. God was cruel. Okay. An hour had passed since I'd started walking. By my own estimation, I've walked over 1 kilometer. So suddenly, the grove of trees came to an end, and a small open area appeared in front of me. It's too dark to see from here, but it seems that the ridge gets steeper from here. Avalanche probably originated on the mountain's peak. According to the newspaper from the future, we were killed by an avalanche on this spot. However, there is still time before the occurrence of the avalanche. My vision was poor due to the snowstorm. I used a flashlight to illuminate my surroundings as I frantically searched for the emergency supplies. They must have been dropped using a parachute. I'm sure they would have used colors that would help it stand out. searched with all my might, but completely aghast, I sank to my knees. Was there an error in my reasoning? Yeah. Or had it not been reason, but merely delusion from the start? I didn't know. I didn't know anything. Only the reality that there was nothing at this location X was thrust before me. God, so cruel. Thought it was from the bottom of my heart. Gave me hope, then snatched away again mercilessly. Up a bit, it began to snow harder. If I stay in one place like this, I'll die. They give me a choice here, like I would think could be a good ending. Let's go ahead and save this. Let's search a bit longer. I highly doubt it's anything. Let's see. Let's see what happens. There was no way I could just turn back when I had finally found the resolve to come here, facing death every step of the way. We go back now, sooner or later, we'll all probably just die. In that case, no matter what danger I have to face, it'd be better to search for the emergency supplies. I need to take that gamble if it could raise our chances of survival even the slightest bit. I stood up. I walked up into the grove with my flashlight in hand. Maybe they were caught in a tree. Maybe they got buried by the snow. Carefully combing the area, I searched for the emergency supplies. The blowing snow and wind began to increase in force. My vision was gradually going white. I continued to push my way through the snow, feeling as if I were about to cry. I had been at it for about an hour when I suddenly heard a voice. Yomogi's voice, but what was he doing here? Okay. Thinking it was just an auditory hallucination, I looked around frightened. It wasn't a hallucination. I'm sure I heard Yomogi's voice. My vision being obscured by Villa snow, I relied on the light of my flashlight to search for Yomogi. Suddenly he appeared from within the snowstorm. I don't know why I was expecting her to read that. Staring, he walked over to meet me. Some things happen to slow me down, like you falling and breaking a leg or something. Yomogi forced his whiskery face into a smile. In the midst of laughing, he suddenly dropped to the snowy ground. As I helped Yomogi up, I gulped. There was a deep laceration in his leg. When I looked closely, I saw traces of blood on the snow where he had stood. As if telling me not to worry, Yomogi waved his hand. Okay, that's a different story. His face distorted in pain. The wound was fairly deep. Felt like I was about to start crying from my own stupidity. Not only did I not find the emergency supplies, but because of me, Yomogi had been injured as well. Yomogi's eyes stared into mine, full of strong determination. Yomogi yelled in a voice powerful enough to make me doubt that he was even wounded at all. I flinched reflexively, faltering.
助からない。一人で行くんだ。吹雪にあっても道を失わないように木にナイフで傷をつけてやる。その後とコンパスを使えば無事に帰れるはずだ。だから早く。
Shook my head like a spoiled child.
嫌です。
わがまま言ってる場合か。
何と言われても嫌です。よもぎさんを置いてはいけません。私のせいでよもぎさんが死んじゃうなんて、そんなの耐えられない。
Make you look trouble?
頼むよ。言うことを聞いてくれ。何も僕を見殺しにしろと言ってるわけじゃない。僕も死にたくはないさ。雪山ではよくあることなんだ。怪我人は雪道にビバークさせて置いていく。そして救助隊にこの場所を伝えてくれればいいんだ。全滅しないための知恵だよ。
I looked at Yomogi's leg. The bleeding seemed to have stopped for the most part, but a trickle of blood continued to ooze out. Even I could tell that he wouldn't make it until morning if left here alone. And on top of that, if I left him here, Yomogi would get caught up in the avalanche. Today at 6:53 a.m., an avalanche will occur. Placed my hand on Yomogi's side and tried to help him to stand.
冬川さん、
連れて行きます。一緒に帰りましょう。
何と言ったらわかるんだ。
何度言われてもわかりません。よもぎさんの言う方法がただでも私にはできない。できるわけない。
No matter what, I couldn't just leave him out here after getting him involved in my reckless actions.
よもぎさんが一緒にいてくれないなら、私もここに残ります。
冬川さん。
Putting strength into my unsteady legs, I tried to help Yomogi stand up. However, my knees gave out instantly, causing me to stumble. I have no power to put into them.
平気です。これくらい。
I slapped my shaking knees repeatedly. Please do what I tell you. I gritted my teeth and once again helped Yomogi to his feet, wiping away my tears.
行きましょう。ユニたちも心配してます。
I said that to him as brightly as I could. Yomogi shook his head in resignation and leaned against me. I passed him the flashlight. I supported Yomogi as he shone the flashlight forward, and together we advanced in a snowstorm. Helping the injured Yomogi walk was harder than I had imagined. It was fine when we were on level ground, but once we reached a sloping hill, it became hard to continue forward. Even so, I supported Yomogi with all my strength and began climbing. Relying on the trail markings that Yomogi had made, we pushed up the hill at a crawl.
冬川さん、やっぱり。
ダメです。
A wave of fatigue washed over me, and I was struck with a sudden vertigo. It was difficult to move my arms and legs. Yomogi's weight against my shoulder felt heavier with each step I took. The snowstorm was getting even stronger. My vision began to close in as well. Wanting to confirm it with the compass, I reached a hand into my pocket. At that moment, snow under my feet collapsed. My balance lost, we tumbled into the snow. My body rocked as though I had been caught and shaken hard by a giant. I screamed, but even that sound was absorbed by the snow. I fell down the slope of the snow-covered hill. Buried in the snow, I slowly began to lose consciousness. I heard a voice from somewhere. Is that Uni's voice? Am I already dead? So is this just a dream?
Kokoro.
I slowly opened my eyes, feeling something shining intensely upon me. From within the snowstorm, a strong light was shining down on me. Uni was standing right there in front of me. His clothes were covered in
よ
snow.
かった生きてたよ心
Tears quickly started to well up in those perfectly round eyes.
ユニがここに
The one who answered wasn't Uni, but someone
あんた
else.
たちだけで下山しようって魂胆だったんでしょ。
眉住さん
出し抜こうったってそうはいかないわよ。
Through lips that had turned purple and trembled with the cold, Mayuzumi ground out her complaints.
まあ私たちが追ってこられるように印をつけてた点は褒めてやってもいいけどね。
そんなつもりじゃ
I tried to raise my body, but at that instant, a violent surge of pain ran through my right leg.
動いちゃダメ骨が折れてるみたいなんだ
I squeezed my eyes for a bit to try to endure it, but
そうだよもぎさんは
あんたの隣で仲良く寝てたわ。ひょっとしたらこのままじゃやばいかも。
uh-oh. Mayuzumi's shoulders slumped, and a small sigh escaped her. This might be her way of showing that she's worried. Umogi was sleeping behind me. His face was as pale as that of a corpse. The wound on his leg had completely frozen
も
over.
ぎさん
Still shivering, Mayuzumi opened her mouth.
ここから
Still shivering.
どうやって
No
下
hypothermia,
山す
I
ればいい
see.
の。そのつもりだったんでしょ。
違うんです下山するならこっちじゃなくて
I suddenly noticed the night sky was getting brighter. Dawn was near. Looked at my watch. The hands pointed
9
to...
時53分
Here's my question. Did they really know 6:53 that's when an event occurred? I mean, that's pretty specific. I'm just saying that that's kind of hard to pinpoint. Which makes me think that the newspaper somehow might be somehow fabricated or something. And all this stuff, all these events, I don't know how they all line up. My vision blurred. This is an action-y theme. This music is. The ground that had been supporting me disappeared. Zero gravity. No, this is an earthquake. This is not the music from a minute ago, I think. An unbelievably huge vibration. It felt almost as if heaven and earth were becoming inverted. Can't stand up. It took everything I had just to cling to the surface of the earth. It was enough to make me wonder if the entire world would break apart. But before long, it settled as if disappearing. The surroundings quieted down as if nothing had happened. Now here's the question. Where are they at? Are they away from where the avalanche took place at this moment, or are they pretty much there? I mean, they just felt the earthquake that was from it, but I mean, you'd feel an earthquake from the cabin, I would imagine. If it happened in the area, I guess we only one way to find out. To be more accurate, the sound of the snowstorm continued as before, but to me it felt like all. Yeah, that's the same. In days I sat there petrified, and then the time came.
逃げて2人とも逃げて
何言ってんのよ。
雪崩が来る
は
ココロ
He tried to lift me up. I looked up in the direction of the ridge. White smoke was approaching with raging force. Well, Uni and Mayuzumi are conscious at this point, so that's an improvement. Pushed Uni in the direction of the grove of trees, and at the same time I was swallowed in a huge wave of snow.
ココロ
The moment it hit me, I saw it. Uni had fallen into the shadow of a large tree. As I was blown away by the enormous impact, I prayed, for Union to be safe. Okay, this is it. Okay. That, I think, is probably what I was supposed to see. I was thinking that last one was perhaps grim. Well, I mean, that one's grim too, obviously. I mean, it pretty much died, so. Okay. It's not any different, though. So, do they both count as the same ending? Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Next time, I don't know what we'll do. I guess we'll see what we'll do. Okay. So I do hope you folks enjoyed, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Farewell there, folks.